If you have no credit at all, I've done an experiment with a coworker of mine to prove an actually simple method that can help you more than I ever would have thought possible. And this thing only takes 30 days to kick in. The thumbnail for this video was not clickbait. I am not trying to sell you anything. I just want to talk about a credit score hack that I've actually done, and I want to show you how to do it too. This is Camille. She works for Space, not my YouTube channel, but its namesake, a design and production company that does planning, logistics, and lighting for large art shows and trade shows. She's on the ops team, so she's responsible for making all the unseen, behind the scene things happen and happen at the right times. Keeping caterers in line, making sure all the wall guys didn't mess up the floor plan, picking out the best delivery food when we go to a new city, all that stuff. She works with channel favorite Bill Morrison on these things. Camille is 20 years old. She's also an artist. I think I would say she's a sculptor. I don't think I know how to categorize this particular medium, but I really like it. She lives in New York City, and until last month, when she would sign in to Experian or Credit Karma or one of those websites to check your credit score, it would literally just show dashes where you would normally see a score. She didn't have bad credit, she had no credit profile at all. When you look up how to start building up your credit profile, you'll find lists of things to start doing. Get your name on an electric bill, get someone with established credit to co-sign with you for a small loan or for a credit card, get your hands on a secured credit card, which is basically just a prepaid card that counts as credit. You'll send a company $200 and then you'll have $200 of available space to rack up on that card, and it goes on your credit profile. These are all good things and you should do them, but with these things alone, it'll take years to crack a 700 credit score. And that's because 3 of the big variables that go into calculating your credit score, other than not missing payments, are credit age, ratio of utilization compared to total available credit, and total size of credit available to you overall. When you're new, you can't help but to have a credit age of 0 years. And the cards you'll be approved for at first are so tiny that one night out to eat will put you over the acceptable rate for the utilization ratio, which is a secret, but it's somewhere like 8 to 10%, which you need to be below. That's where this oversized credit hack kicks in. This is no novel trick. It's just one more of those things that's always on those same lists of things you need to do to boost your credit when your credit is new, but I've never seen it explained fully and shown how to harness it to really gain an unfair advantage, and that is to become an authorized user on someone else's existing credit card accounts. For this to work well, you have to be extremely invasive and picky about your family members or friends who might be willing to help you. When you become an authorized user on someone's credit card, your credit profile will immediately assimilate with the specific characteristics of that particular card. Everything about that account will now appear on your credit profile as if you were the one that opened the card and treated it however it had been treated for however long that person owned it. This is why you absolutely do not want to get attached to just anyone's credit profile as an authorized user. If they let balances stay on that card month over month, then that utilization score will be applied to you. If they're late on a payment, you get the ding on your profile, and that lasts a super long time. A missed payment can completely destroy your score, so choose wisely. The age and size of that card is reported to your profile also. So if you know someone with a big, empty card that they pay off in full every month and have had it open for a number of years, you are in business. The part about this that I find most unbelievable, just because why would it work this way? But for the person who adds you to their account as an authorized user, there's literally 0 downside and 0 potential risk for downside. They don't ever have to even let you touch the card for this to work. They'll be sent one of their credit cards with your name on it, but they don't have to give it to you. They could receive it in the mail and literally just set the thing on fire, and your score is still gonna fly the next time that card issuer reports to the agencies, which is usually about once a month. Back to the story of Camille, I have a pretty solid credit score. I've bought and sold a house, I've taken out and paid off several car loans, and I have 7 different credit cards with a total available space of over $100,000 if you add them all up. One of these cards, this Amex Platinum, is technically unlimited, although of course it's not unlimited. I can't just go buy an airplane with it, I don't think. I wonder how much space is reported on a credit profile for this card. I should look that up. Anyway, I added Camille to 2 of my Bank of America cards, each with a $20,000 limit and a 0 balance on them. And one of those has been open since I think 2009. I think she was 6 at the time, so what a solid time to get her credit profile started. We waited a couple weeks for Bank of America to report to the credit agencies, and Camille's score had jumped from 0, basically 3 dashes, to 736. A solid score for any 20-year-old professional getting started in the world. But we didn't stop there. I got real curious where the point of diminishing returns is for this trick. So I also added her as an authorized user to my Navy Federal Credit Union card I got when I bought my first house in 2010. This card is 13 years old and adds another $30,000 to Camille's available credit on her credit profile, also with a 0 balance on the card. After that bank reported, her score took another significant jump and it's currently sitting at 769. So we haven't even found the top of this thing yet. Camille's credit score went from non-existent to 769 in just over a month without spending any money, without taking any risks. I'm not actually going to give her the cards with her name on it. I might add them to my Amazon profile or something and then every 6 months I'll buy a roll of toilet paper with them just to keep the banks from turning it off. I called the Bank of America just to confirm that this would not affect my credit profile in any way, and they assured me that the only way that this could have a negative effect is if she spent a bunch of money and I missed a payment. I also confirmed that if I ever remove Camille as an authorized user of my card, all of these benefits are undone. It's like it never happened. Strangely, she couldn't say whether any negative effects could also be undone. Like if I was to screw up my credit, which would screw up Camille's credit, if I just took her off as an authorized user, Bank of America doesn't seem to know if that would undo that negative effect to her credit score. Sort of ominous, so I've got your life in my hands, Camille. So be super selective about who you choose for this undertaking. But again, by being added to an account, you only take on the particular characteristics of that account. If someone was a complete deadbeat and totally maxed out most of their credit cards, but they kept one card frozen in a block of ice in their freezer in case of emergencies and it had zero balance, you could benefit by being added to that one card. But that type of person would generally be a risky personality to take on for this kind of venture, since credit problems stay on your profile for a pretty long time, and if they do something bad, you get punished too. Authorized user. I'm gonna try this same trick out with Bill, who's actually got bad credit, not no credit. He's 44 years old, so he's got a long credit history, but his score is pretty mid. I'm gonna see if just adding a bunch of credit card space with zero balances will bring his score up and by how much. So subscribe to not miss that sweet, sweet content in the future.